Namaste yogis. Welcome to my channel. My name is Dana Joe, and today we'll be working into some grounding restorative yoga postures. And so this is a practice for any level. I would highly recommend, if you have access to props, to use them. I think they're really fantastic to use, especially for more restorative grounding practices. But if you don't have props, you can totally do this class without them. It's just going to depend on your mobility and flexibility levels. So if you do have them, what I would recommend grabbing are 2 blocks and your strap. Grab 1 bolster and 1 blanket. And with that and out without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Move the bolster out to the side somewhere so you have access to it. So you want it somewhere easily reachable later. I'm going to just place mine right up against the wall. And what I've done to get us started, because most of this class is actually going to be done laying down, I've created a little pillow with my blanket. And so just folded it up twice, placed it at the back of my mat so my head could rest on it. And bring your strap out to the side as well so you have access to it. Blocks about the third of the way down on your mat at the lowest height for now, and just come all the way down onto your back, allowing the blanket to be your pillow, resting right underneath your head. So if for whatever reason you're in the back of the room, recommend grabbing another blanket and sticking it underneath your head. It's a really good way to level out the chin and lie. Bring your feet as wide as the mat. Knock your knees together to touch. And your palms face up on the sides of your body so you can wiggle your shoulders underneath you, feeling a lift in the chest. Take a full breath in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Couple breaths just like here together. Place your hand over your heart, left hand on your belly. Observe your heartbeat underneath your right palm and the rise and fall of your breath underneath your left. So nothing to do but just enjoying your body and your breath, this moment. And start to call in an intention for your practice today. Whatever that is for you, what can this practice give you? What can it serve? Perhaps that's some grounding energy, some relaxation, finding a little bit of peace in perhaps a chaotic day or week that you've had. Whatever that is, hold it in your mind's eye. Hold it in your mind for the rest of this class today. And slowly release your arms back down by your sides. Toe heel your feet back to hip width distance apart, and then go for your strap. It's okay. It's fine. You can leave that as long as you have a lot of strap left to use. Pull out any knots or anything else that's in the strap. And what you're going to do is just hug your right knee into your chest, loop the strap around the right foot, and extend the or your leg up toward the sky. Hold the strap with either hand. And your leg may not go very high. That's totally fine. What you want, though, is the leg to be straight and the heel to drive forward. Go as far as you possibly can without pulling your shoulders off of the mat. Relax shoulders away from the ears and allow the elbows to drop down toward the earth. For any hyper bendy, flexy people, maybe a slight micro bend in that knee. Drive your heel up to the sky. Feel free to stay here or maybe extend your left leg straight. Turn your toes up toward the sky. Notice if the left inner thigh can spiral in toward your center line. And breathe fully into the belly of your hamstring. Full breath in. Smooth breath out. And then grab for your straps, place them both into your right hand. Place your left hand onto the top of your left thigh. And from deep within your right hip socket, you're going to turn your right toes out toward the right and just begin to draw the right leg out to the side. Again, this may not go very far, and that's totally fine, but you want to keep the left leg grounded, the left hip point grounded. So go as far as you possibly can here, keeping the pelvis neutral. If you were to place two laser beams on your hip points, they would be both pointing toward the sky. Final breath. And then bring the right leg back up toward the sky. Rebend your left knee. Place the sole of the foot on the mat. And then bend the right leg. Remove the strap. Shake it out for a moment. Switch it out to the chest and wrap the strap around the ball of the foot. Extend the leg up toward the sky. From here, the nice thing about having the strap around the ball of the foot, it really helps to drive the toes back toward your face. Notice here, this side may feel completely different than the other. You have a strap in each hand. The pelvis is rooted, and there might be a little bit of space between your low back and the earth, and that's totally fine. It's a good place to be. Extend the leg up toward the sky as much as you can, and maybe it reaches directly up and over your hips, and maybe it doesn't. You can stay here with your right knee bent or extend your right leg straight. But notice how your hips might have changed as you extended your right leg straight. Point the toes directly up toward the sky. Breathe fully, inhaling through your nose. Exhales out your nose. And then rebend your right knee, place the sole of the right foot down onto the mat, and then remove the strap by bending your left leg. Place the strap off toward the side. Come back to the feet hip width distance apart, moving into a supine figure four. You're just going to cross your right ankle on top of your left leg. Flex your right toes back toward your right knee, and then lift the left knee toward the chest. If that feels too much, you can always leave your left foot down onto the mat. If you're craving more, pull your left knee in down. Try to pull back so that you can feel fully relaxed here with the head rested on the blanket or the earth, and your shoulders pulling away. Draw down toward the earth as much as possible. Flex your feet so the toes are driving back toward the knees, and that's going to help protect your knees here in these postures. Big breath. Maybe pull it in a little bit closer, guiding the right leg open with your right elbow. And exhale, release your foot back down onto the mat. Release the right foot down, shake it out, switch it out, other side. Crossing left ankle on top of your right leg. Flex your left toes back a lot so they're pointing back toward your knee. And you can stay here. This is a really good place to stop. The practice is all about layering it on by layer to see how you feel. Notice how it changes with your body by all means. Stay like this, or maybe begin to pull the right knee in toward your chest. You can reach around for the back side of your hamstring and pull the right knee even closer. Maybe you can guide the left leg open with your left elbow. But wherever you are, try to keep the toes flexed back. Big breath in. Smooth breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly release your foot down onto the mat. Release the left foot off of the right knee and just shake it out. Roll onto your right side and just press yourself up to a seat. We're going to get ready for a supported, more restorative style of a Supta Baddha Konasana. So what that's going to look like is take your strap and you're going to make a giant loop with your strap. Nice and big. You want it pretty much the distance of your wingspan, maybe a little bit smaller than that because you're going to wrap around the body. You're going to take your bolster and lie it directly on top of the blanket like such. So the blanket's still at the top of the mat. You're just going to lie the bolster down on top of it, creating a letter fit. You're going to come toward the side and face the top of the mat. Bring the soles of your feet to touch, your knees open wide. Grab your blocks, slide the blocks right up against the top of your thigh, like such. So you want to feel nice and supported here. You actually scoot yourself all the way back toward that bolster. So you want the bolster right up against your low back. And then take your strap, wrap it around your head, wrap it around your low back, and place the strap around the feet. So you probably have a little bit of space still with the strap on the low back, around the feet, and there's a little bit of slack to it. So what we're going to do is you're going to pull the strap and tighten the strap so that you're fully supported and your strap is taut. From there, you're just going to lay all the way down onto your back into this supported Supta Baddha Konasana pose. Might need to adjust the box a little bit so it feels right in your body, but let your arms rest by your sides. Notice that the chest may be a little higher than your arms. That's great. It's a slight back bend. Take a full breath in through your nose. Exhale out your nose. Smooth breaths. And coming into a little bit of breath work, you're going to inhale for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. Exhale out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, big breath, belly. Feel the chest lift. Draw the breath all the way up toward the collarbones. Pause. Exhale out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one like that. Big breath in through your nose. Exhale out your nose. We're just going to be here for about a minute or so longer. Try to keep your mind here in the body with the breath. Soften your jaw. Unfurrow your brow. Feel supported from all of these props that you have. Last breath. Slowly begin to flutter your eyes open if they were shut. Ground into your elbows. Feel the lift of your chest, and then can you slide your feet out from within the strap? Arm overhead, right side, and then just press yourself up to a seat. Awesome. You're going to move the strap out from around you and just place it at the top of your mat. You can move the blocks as well, coming into a couple of twists. So what we're going to do here is you're going to bring your bolster and place it right up against your right hip. Both of your knees will be facing the side of your mat. And from here, you're just going to lay down on the bolster and cactus out your arms and gaze toward the right. If you feel like this is okay on your neck, you can stay here. Otherwise, turn your gaze over toward the other side of the mat for a deeper twist. And we're just going to be here for a couple breaths. Big breath in through your nose. Smooth breath out. Again, notice the rise and fall of your breath, like the tide pulling in and out through shore. It becomes this beautiful beat, a rhythm that's unique to you. And slowly press down into your palms, lift your chest. You're just going to turn around and face the opposite direction. So I'm just going to roll onto my booty and flip it around to the other side. Bring your left hip up against the bolster and roll all the way down. You can start by gazing toward the same side that your knees are pointing and let your head, I guess, rest that way. If you feel like you want a deeper twist, go ahead and turn and bring your right ear onto that bolster. Cactus out your arms. And just rest here. Supported, connected, grounded. Again, coming back to your breath as an anchor, keeping you fully present here with your practice. Press down into your palms. Lift yourself up off the bolster. Remove the bolster out to the side as you turn around, preparing for final Shavasana. What we'll do is we'll grab the bolster and slide it underneath your knees, and then lie all the way down back. Again, using that blanket as a pillow. Allow your knees and your feet to flop open. Bring your palms down by your sides. Finding this final resting posture. Shavasana. Fully let go of anything that you're holding on to. Release the tension in your forehead. Allow the eyes to roll back into their sockets. Observe any tension in the jaw, and can you fully Release it there. Maybe turn the edges of your lips slightly up. You feel the ground beneath you holding you, cradling you, supporting you. We'll be here for just a few moments together in this final resting pose. If you have the gift of time and you'd like to stay in Shavasana a while longer, feel free. If you're ready to move on with the rest of your day, rest of your evening, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Reach your arms up overhead for a good morning stretch and roll onto whichever side is calling you. Maybe that's right or left. Use your bicep as a pillow just for a moment. And place your left palm or your right palm in front of your face and use it to help you sit all the way back up. If you're able to keep the eyes closed, I offer you to try to maintain that sail sense of inward turn. Turning inward. Notice the softness. Hands come to heart center. As always, these moments of gratitude of all that is seen and unseen. We humbly bow down our heads in gratitude to this practice and this community that we're creating together. Namaste, yogis. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hope to see you again soon.